Good afternoon, I'm Angel. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to show you this work, Kim Ji-young, born in 1982 by South Korean writer Cho Nam-joo. You know that I love Korea, and last month when I saw this book I got it immediately. I knew neither the book nor its author, but when I read this cover, I knew I had a controversial novel. Here it goes. Her name is Kim Ji-young. She's 33 and has got the most common name in Korea. Her story has set fire to Asia, and the Korea Herald states, this novel has helped bring women's concerns to the forefront of public debate. Originally published in Korean in 2016, and this one being the Spanish edition from 2019 by Alfaguara, the novel, which has 157 pages, is divided in 6 chapters, starting in the autumn of 2015, going back to 1992, and ending in 2016. Kim Ji-young is 33, lives in a rented flat with her husband, Chon Tae-young, and their daughter, Chon Ji-won. She became a mother and left her job. Now she's taking care of her daughter with no help. However, she starts to adopt various personalities like her mother's or a friend's. Soon, the relatives notice those eccentricities, and her husband opts for visiting a psychiatrist. So, we go back to Ji-young's childhood. When her little brother was born, her sister and she learned that it was a bad thing to want what he had. By the way, the boy was the second person, after the father, to be giving his meals. I get this as how women have internalized that subordinate condition and in this way contribute to perpetuate machismo. When her elder sister was born, it meant the mother apologized to the mother-in-law, who reassured her by saying these comforting words, "Never mind, next time it'll be a baby boy." Page 26. During the second pregnancy, the mother asked her husband what he would do if a baby girl was born. The answer, do not call for misfortune. Then and now, here and there, being a father of girls only is almost a stigma. Anyway, a girl was born and the third pregnancy was interrupted since it was again a girl, a mere cipher in the statistics concerning sex-selective abortion and sex ratio imbalance. The mother was looking for a job that would let her care for her children. Those were informal jobs without any benefits and a very low salary. She had wanted to be a teacher, and Chi-Yang knew, since she was a little child, that she was an obstacle for her mom's professional development. The very core of this novel is Chi-Yang's relationship with men, a very difficult one even since her early school years. Let's see. Her desk partner bothered her, but the teacher justified this. "He likes you," she said. The boys had the first numbers to eat at the school canteen. They didn't have to hurry up. Also, their dress code was more relaxed than the girls'. There was a pervert around the school who liked showing himself naked to the schoolgirls or young women. The school authorities didn't do anything. On the contrary, they criticized the girls for not being in the mood. Imagine everything upside down. Baccalaureate, full of perverts who touch her buttocks on public transport, or schoolgirls victims of unwanted touching, courtesy of their male teachers. Page 57 says, the girls, in the depths of themselves, unconsciously accumulated fear and disappointment at men. A boy harassed her. She asked her dad for help, and he, in a totally expected way, blamed her. That victim blaming so outrageous and widespread, she ended up fearing all men. It was time to study at university, and her mom recommended studying education since there's no better job than that for a woman who has to raise her children. Tian got angry. "I don't even know whether I'll get married or have children. I might even die before that. Why should I give up what I want to be or do for the sake of a future that nothing guarantees will arrive?" That was said in a country where, due to the mere fact they're women, many females stopped their professional ambitions, or perhaps society stopped them. On the other side, she later thought it would be a good idea to become a teacher after all, so as to teach children who are free from prejudice new things. After graduating, she noticed graduates at big companies were men. The head of the university department explained that to her and put it bluntly. A woman who is too intelligent is a problem for a company. Companies wanted men and universities helped them. 43 companies rejected her CV, and when she was admitted to have job interviews, she had to endure vulgar comments, depraved stares, and unnecessary physical contact. Page 92. The point is that orders to women were all summarized in her dad's words. You, well behaved, and get married. Something like the traditional role that Korean women have had for centuries. She found a job at last, a job with a female boss, an office job in which she didn't have to serve coffee. Disappointment came when she learned that only men got promoted with the excuse of long-term commitment, and they earned more than women for the same job. She married Taehyung, and with him came family pressure to get pregnant and the kind promise her husband made. I will help you in everything. That word, to help, as if the woman was the one who had to work and the man just had to help. The in laws definitely wanted a baby boy, though the couple said they didn't mind. One of them had to leave their job. It was good she resigned, since when she was out, she learned a security guard had filmed the female workers in the toilet and shown those videos to other men on the internet. The president of the company didn't consider that a serious issue. He rather accused the women of ruining their poor male partners' lives. So, there are some interesting aspects in this book. Footnotes, which make the book look like a sociology one rather than a novel, and I say it as something innovative, as well as statistics. Those footnotes also include information on Korean culture, like Twenjang Seos or Chuseok, a very important celebration there. Footnotes that reveal how backward Korea is in some aspects. For example, that in 2014, if a man earned $1,000, a woman only earned $635, the lowest among the countries belonging to the OECD, which are supposedly the most developed ones. So, this novel, written without much drama or baroque prose, doesn't want to oblige us to believe these situations, nor does it appeal to pity. It's an honest and very, very realistic narration. In these times full of exacerbation, when some cry, all males must die, and others say feminazi or mangina, of recalcitrant feminism and even more recalcitrant anti-feminism, reading this has woken me up to situations that many women here and there face on a daily basis. As a man, I don't often witness what this book narrates. I can even mention the opposite, being a victim of women who insult and offend, perhaps taking advantage of their supposedly subordinate position, expecting the man to remain silent and avoid responding. Having said that, I do admit this is a man's world, unfortunately, which exists in all its unfair extent, and this book is like a life journey and life lesson of a woman who, just by having been born, is a survivor because she survived the idea of abortion in a society as frustratingly conservative in which she was born. And she comes to this world with the disadvantage of seeing how boys are preferred. I read that some South Korean artists were victims of harassment for revealing publicly they had read this book. Surely, the men who attacked them on the internet do not represent all the men in South Korea, but this is symptomatic of an issue that needs to be dealt with, even in a developed country like this one, which appears to be more modern concerning technology or going from wearing a hanbok to Western style clothes rather than changing attitudes and prejudice. A highly recommendable book. I now know why it has been so controversial. There's even a film, but I think you should read the book first. Bye bye.